Hello, hello, hello. I'm thinking might just be a little bit blurry, am I? Okay, hold on. That's a bit better. Hi, Joe. First one here. First head in the jar. Hi, Susan, Sue, Andrea. Here we all are. There are 24 people there, but yes. Waiting for me. Hi, Rosie. Hello. Warm up there. Not here. Hi, Chris, Sue, Cheryl. We're all popping on now. That's good. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Gwen, Kim, Dell. Oh, good, Dell. That arrived. Well done. Vera. Lisa, Kirsten, Lynn, Marilyn. Hello. Getting your sister back soon. Hi, Denise. Hi, Maureen. Terry, I think you might be new here. Welcome on YouTube. Hi, Cindy from Devonport. Yeah, so you've been actually seeing more of the state than I've ever seen in 20 years. Hi, Karen. Hi, other Rhonda. Hello. Hi, Leanne. Oh, come on, you come. Up on your bed. On your bed. Up on your bed. Nothing back here. Hop on your bed. Mr. Bentley's come in. Hi, Anne. Hi, Vicky from New Zealand. Hello in New Zealand. 3 weeks to go till I'm flying over, I think. Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Cheryl, Sharon, Nancy. Where's the gin? It's here. It's here. I just haven't poured it yet. I haven't quite got there yet. Hi, Naomi. Hello. I've literally just swallowed the last mouthful of dinner, so I feel like I've got lamb chops stuck in my teeth. Hi, Karen. Hi, Solviga. Hello. Hi, Liz. Hi, Jackie. Hello. Christine on YouTube. Hello. So yeah, got quite a few here, and yes, there's no magic word tonight, so yeah, you're all dropping into the jar. That's all right. Okay, so my gin tonight, I've gone back to the 3 Cuts gin, Cherry Blossom. That was Donna bought me that one. That was from up near when we went to ASA retreat. It was near there. Hi, Lorraine. So let's try a bit of that, because literally I was running in here and shed guy said, "Where's your gin? Where's your gin? You can't forget your gin." So hi, Catherine. Hi, Mark. Hi, Kate. So what does this one say? Our bespoke gin. God, you need a magnifying glass to read these labels. Our bespoke gin is made from scratch in small batches in Tasmania, carefully distilled from a premium grape base, pure Tasmanian water, and a unique blend of Tasmanian-grown and internationally sourced botanicals. Seasonal Tasmanian cherries are steeped in our award-winning Founders Release gin with 12 botanicals and 3 cuts of rose, providing a subtle colour and rich cherry influence. This gin is ideal for creating your favourite cocktail or sipping slowly over ice. Turner Stillhouse is nestled among the rolling hills of the picturesque Tamar Valley in northern Tasmania, overlooking the Tamar River. And a few of the girls popped down there and checked it out. Hi, Barb. Hello, Julie from Western Brother, Australia. Okay. Hi, Jane. So, yes, 3 Cuts gin. You can see it's got quite a bit of colour in it, but it's not really a raspberry cherry colour. Sharon, I have 67 days and I will be visiting the store. 67, but who's counting, Sharon? Doing a cruise. Okay, in November. I'm in and out a couple of times in November. Hi, Jane. Where are you tonight? Somewhere nice, having happy hour, maybe. Hi, Kim. Oh, no, we had Kim. Sounds great. Yes. So cruising in. Excellent. 6 blocks straight up from the cruise ship terminal. You can just walk straight up the tiny, tiny little slope. It is a consistent slope, but it's not very steep. Hello, Amelia, otherwise known as, yes, Bermagui, New South Wales. Okay, on the way back down, heading down. Hi, Elizabeth. Okay, yeah, that's quite nice. It's a bit how can I explain? I suppose it is cherry. It's got like an aftertaste, almost like a creamy soda aftertaste. It's quite nice, very drinkable. Okay, Bentley, where did you just go? You stay? You stay? Sorry, just going. The bins are going out. There might be a bit of noise. All right, what have I got to show you tonight? So we are going to demo the part 2 of the Tradewinds Quilters Companion Block of the Month by Kathy Dowdy. Now, I know not many of you might be doing this, not as many as the Annie, the homespun one, but I did pop it up on the group today, so we might have a couple of new ladies here watching or popping in to watch it on replay who haven't used the applique papers before. So I'm going to demo that tonight, so the rest of you can just rewatch some more applique and you might learn something, who knows. All right, but first of all, what have I got to show you? Oh, Donna has made yet another version of the Tickety Boo bag because we've sold out of all the kits of the second one she made, or there might be 1 or 2 left. Hi, Elizabeth. Hello, Helen. So she's made this one in the Creating Memories fabric, so the Tilda Creating Memories. So it's got the lovely, I'll switch to overhead, hold on. Get out of the way so you can see the colour. So the gorgeous little floral there for the main part of the bag, and then the applique here. Now, I didn't get a chance today, but I'm just going to redo that little circle there so that it stands out a bit more. Hi, Louise. Oh, good. Hi, Joe. Hi, Janine. Are you new, Janine? You might not have been here before. Okay, no Tickety Boo kits at all left in the previous version. So when I pop it up in the link in a minute, I haven't put the new photos on the website yet, so you'll see the old version on the website, which we don't have any more of, but she may have even started cutting kits for this one today. So this will be the new version, which is still very pretty. She's going to be a master at making them, but yeah, very pretty. So Tickety Boo, and I'll pop the link in later. And oh, Diane, got to get your days straight, but that's okay. I just had a little bit of couldn't get my work out my days with Shed Guy too, so I know what it's like. Yeah, so beautiful applique job there by Donna, and it's a really sweet version. So I'll put that in. That one's new. Then I'm getting ready for market in Houston now. Yeah, I am wrapped up. I've got my puffer on still. I probably could have taken it off, but the heat is on, like it's still cold. Let's go back to the front. I made another version of the peel-on cushion, ready to take to market, in all the scrappy pinks. So we've done scrappy greens, and we've done lots of things in scrappy pinks and peachy pinks and things like that. But yeah, I think it looks really nice with the need to come back a bit. You can see it all at once. So just low volume backgrounds done on the grid, and then just all my scraps for the pinks and oranges for the petals or the peels. And then I have used the template and marked the quilting lines, and I've done all those in a wonderful Eleganza Pearl 8 thread and just a running stitch. So it just gives it that last little finishing touch, and that's the little bit of hand stitching you can do. So I did applique them all down by machine to get it done, because there's lots of things I want to get done in the next 6 weeks, so lots of samples. This one's a bit heavy because I actually made a pillow insert for it just for the shop from my scrap bin. So if you know me and you've heard me before, all my little fabric scraps just go into a big box or a big scrap bin. rather than just putting in the bin straight away. And then when it's overflowing, I just make a pillow insert and fill it with all chopped up little bits of batting and fabric, and there's even foam in there. There's a heap of polar fleece from the snuggly bugs, whatever, which is really heavy, but it plumps it up really nicely and it stands up nicely in the shop. But I would never leave it in there to take it to a show or anything because it's really heavy. Yes, Donna, diagonal rows. I actually, all those spot-on ones, all the Tilda ones are done in diagonal rows too, if you hadn't noticed in the chambray, because I worked it out that you just had 7 fabrics and 7 of each, so you just do it in rows. But it would be fine as random as well. Fine either way. But yeah, my symmetrical head made me do it in diagonal rows. Caroline Shepherd. Fancy seeing you last week. Home safely. Okay, so that's that one. That is remade. Now, what else have I got? We've got some fabric unboxings to do. So these are just random fabrics that have come in. And as you can see, because I work a lot in the peaches and pinks or the greens, I tend to just collect peaches and pinks and greens. So I'm not sure if these are on the website. I'm not putting them. I'm not putting the links up for them. The color's not very good. Let me see if I can fix the color at all. Why is I've lost my toolbar on my computer. Where's it gone? Okay, well, I won't be zooming in because I've lost my toolbar. Oh, there it is. Okay. Image adjustments. I want to change the exposure. Maybe I need more. I wanted to show that it is pink. It's probably not that pink. Yeah, I'll take that off. There, that's looking a little bit better. Okay, all right, let's see how we go. All right, so this one is from P&B Textiles, and it's just a nice little all over tone on tone with a little pink heart on it. This is random. I'm just showing you what's come in. So every week I go into Joe and say, what have I got for live? And so today it was, there's a new box of fabric, take that in. This is P&B Textiles as well. It's a nice little cream background with the red little pinky red spray on it. That's a nice one. That would go with all the sugarberry fabrics and things, I think, quite nicely. Okay, this one is, it's a Devon skein, so it is a, I'm not going to try and pronounce it because I know I'll get the French pronunciation wrong. But it's one of the Lucello fabrics, so that's pink with a little blue spot. And we can't go past a gingham, a nice gingham. It's a woven though, but it's a really nice, soft, pretty one. I like that one. And then topping up our greens, again, it's a Lucello one with a little spot. So expect to see pink and green scrappy projects for a while to come. A stripe. And then this one, I'm going to take the plastic off this one. It's a macawa. And look, it's got little hedgehogs and little birds and little bunnies and little deer. It's very sweet. More little bunnies there. So it's sort of a symmetrical, so it'd be good for fussy cutting. Yeah, but that's really sweet. And I think it goes with the stripe as well. So that's that one. And then this was the same range because I think I remember I got like a darker one, so we had a contrast and a smaller scale. Isn't that a gorgeous floral? It's a bit well, it's not really William Morrissey, but the definition is sort of the same, particularly on that one there. So those three would go together nicely. Yeah, the stripe's good. All right, so that's all those ones, and there's a few more, but my stack's getting too high, so let me take some off. I like that. I really actually like working with these Devonstone wovens. Sometimes wovens are horrible; they fray everywhere, and they move a lot. But to applique with, really nice and soft. So they applique really well. All right, so for the cat lovers, we got some new cat fabrics. Upside down, Miss Jane. So we've got this cool cat fabric. It's a pretty cool cat fabric. Fairy wings. Well, we can pretend they are. So, yeah, cats. Cats doing lots of strange things. And this is a coordinate. These are Macau fabrics. So, English. There's the goes with it. So it's a coordinate because it picks out all these tealy greens, but it's all the little paw prints and hearts. And then this is a light one to go with it. So it's all the little cat heads, but it's almost like a low volume because it's just all in the softer colours with the creamy white background. Good for I Spy quilts. I Spy quilts haven't been around for years, have they, Rhonda? But I still think we should do stash packs for I Spy quilts and get it happening again, I Spy quilts, because there must be lots of new little kids and lots of new grandmas to make I Spy quilts again. Because I remember I made several in my early years and did lots of swaps. Maybe we should do an I Spy swap. Be an idea, wouldn't it? Everyone collect, buy one fat quarter and cut it into 4, and then you can split it with 4 others, that sort of thing. Because if you do jars or lots of the different I Spy designs, you only need a lot of fabrics. Okay, so there's the cats. But wait for it. There is also a panel. Well, it's not a panel, but I Spy quilts, Caroline. They're all conversational fabrics, and like all starting with a different letter. So in the quilt, you play I Spy. I Spy something starting with C, and you find the cat fabric, or B for butterfly. So they're usually like scrappy, and they're all conversational fabrics that are recognizable. So animals or fruit or strawberries or that sort of thing that kids would know to play I Spy with. And there's lots of different variations out there. There was a really popular jar one, so they're all different jars. Or they can just be blocks too. It could be anything. So that is a panel. Well, it's not a panel. Well, it is a panel. There'd be a definite repeat, but they're all blocks. So they're all, I reckon you'd cut them apart into about 4.5-inch blocks. They'll come back to 4 inches. And then you can just use the other fabrics to sash them, and you can make gorgeous little quilt. Or you could just leave it as a whole panel and then just quilt down between them. But you could cut them apart and then put them into a log cabin or just a fence rail, put a border around them, whatever you want, just sashings or whatever. And that would make a gorgeous cat quilt. So there's quite a few different ones. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's a fairly big repeat before you get back to the same one again. So that collection is called Whiskers by Macau. And I'm not sure if it's on the website or not yet. I'll have to check with Hazel on that. I didn't check, but I don't know, Jo, would she have the invoice yet? I'm sure. Whether she's done those. Anyway, so that was unboxing some new fabrics. And, I'm warming up now. lifting fabric, and no, not on the website yet. Okay. So I'm warming up now. I'm going to strip one layer off and see what else we've got. All right, we have I know what we have. My little bag here. We have, switching back over. Sorry, hope you're not getting busy switching one to the other. Applique pins back in stock. So I don't really use applique pins, as you know, because I use glue. I'm a glue girl, but we sell so many applique pins. A lot of people are always wanting them. So we've got these little tiny ones back in stock. They're $9 for 100 pins, and they're just little tiny ones. So Australian, Matilda's own, so they're an Australian company. But yeah, I noticed they're all there today. So if you like your applique pins, they are there and fine. They're 0.6 of a millimetre by 19 millimetres, so not even 2 centimetres long. I'm not sure if I've shown you this tool, but we got these in for a customer who'd been to a workshop in Victoria and loved them, particularly for on dark fabrics. So it's a bow and chalk pencil, but it's like a mechanical pencil, but you have the chalk refills, and it just pops out the bottom, and then you've got a little sharpener if you want a sharp point. Sound has gone. Anyone else got an issue with sound? I think we're okay. Just let me know if you can't hear me at all. We should still be okay. Oh, sounds okay? Yeah, okay. So it might just be something on your end. Okay. All right. So yeah, so you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you get about 16 refills, and you get the little clicker pen and the pencil sharpener. So it's just a white chalk, and obviously great for dark fabrics and line marking. So we have those. They are in. I'll put the link in a minute. But what's very exciting for all our Karen K. Buckley lovers is that her new scissors have just come out. So these are the bent handle scissors. So I guess they're more designed for dressmaking, for cutting out, when you've got your pattern pieces on your fabric on a table and you're cutting like that through the fabric. So I'm going to open these and try them out. Get them open. So they're 8.5 inches, and they are micro serrated, so they still got the serrated blade, and left and right-handed. So apparently they're left and right-handed. I'm not very good left-handed. Hi, Mary. And they come with the little cover, which I always lose mine, but I really wish I wouldn't, because I've blunted so many tips on my blue ones because I don't put the cover back on. You can get I know for the little ones, you can get little chains that hang off here, so it stays connected to the scissors, but I really need to get those. So let's try it on some fabric. I'm sure there must be some fabric here somewhere. I'm going to get my scrap bag of fabric rather than cut up a piece of Tilda just for the sake of it. Hi, Lorraine. Okay. And so, it's like a knife, hot knife through butter. All right, now I need to try it. Curving it. Beautiful. Okay, so, but what I'm thinking they're more designed for, micro serrated blade, keeps fabric from slipping for smooth, accurate cuts, help prevent fraying edges from fraying, easily cuts up to 8 layers of cotton fabric at a time. Yeah, I reckon it would. They're nice and sharp, cut sharp to the point, made of Japanese high carbon steel. Oil blades periodically and wipe with a soft cloth to prolong the life of your scissors. Oh, I didn't know that. I've never oiled my blades. I wonder if they say that in all of them. Adjustable screw for modifying tension of blades when needed. So that's there. Okay. But I really think this is the end of my tablecloth. Let's see how we go. Can't pull it any further. I'll pull the table off. But I've got layers. So if you had your pattern sheet on that, if you were doing dressmaking, and because they're bent handled, your hand's not touching, doesn't have to be down on the thing. Your hand can be up. And then you just slide that along the edge of your pattern piece. And it just cuts through. Nice. All right. They're not going back to the shop. They're staying in my collection. They'll be good for cutting snuggly bug edges too. I'm going to look on the instructions for the other scissors at the shop and see if they say to oil all of them. I assume they do, but I've just never read that. Take it out of the packet and throw it away. Maybe we should do that. Okay, so I'm going to put the link in for those. We just got the first shipment, but I noticed, unless Joe's got more at the back, I noticed there wasn't that many. Or they've already sold. So in which case we'll take orders, but I'm just going to put some links in. So there's the link for the scissors. You will, Jane, you will need them. Everyone will need them in their collection, that's for sure. Oh, you got it back. Good, Jackie. Did you just turn off and turn on again? If in doubt, reboot. Applique pins in there. Only got 6 to start with. Okay, so we can get some more on order pretty quickly now that they're all in stock. What else have we got? As I showed you, bow and pencil. Hi, Roseanne. The peel on we looked at. Tickety boo we looked at. Put that link in. And right, I have a new pattern release. So if you're a Stitches Gardener, you've already seen it and you might have already made it. But if not, then you don't get it with all your little extra special goodies. But now it is available to everyone. So this is the Just Joey pouch. Now, I can't remember who it was, but I think it was someone at ASA. We were talking about the names and how all the Stitches Garden projects I've been naming after roses this year. So as someone suggested, and I can't remember who it was, that I need to call one Just Joey after Joe. So this one is Just Joey. We have had JoJo's Garden before, so she has had something named after her before, but this one is Just Joey. Now, it is a new version of the Le Feur Tote iron bag, but remade and changed to fit the new Mini Aliso Pros, because this would not fit in the old one. And I also made it big enough to also fit the mat, because the idea is that you actually put that on the sole plate to protect it. And then somehow you put that on there. And then you're meant to be able to hang it from that hook, hang your iron. But anyway, and that will fit in there. And then the cord will wrap up around it and will all fit in there nicely. So it's an oversized Le Feur Tote to fit the Mini Aliso Pro, or you can use it for whatever you like, of course. But so it's got just some stitchery on the lid this time in a lovely variegated Cosmo Seasons thread. It's got hexies around the outside just for a bit of embellishment and to have a play. Obviously, you could just make the pouch without any of the embellishment, just in a nice fabric, which is what I do the practice ones in. And it's got a handle at the back to carry it, and then it's just got an outside lace zipper. So no inserting of zippers. It's just got the lace zipper on the outside. So that is called Just Joey, and it is now being put on the website, and I'll put the link there. Let me just go across here, back here, so you can see it there. So it's a reasonable size, but not too big. It won't fit your full size iron. It's still just a mini iron. Or it would be a nice little size project bag too. But yeah, it's got the handle there. It's just quilted on the bottom, hexies around the edge, and the thread on the top. So we've got kits in the same fabrics, and maybe I'll have to get Donna to whip that one up just as a bag without the rest on it in different fabrics. But that can come down the track for those that don't like pink. But I put it on this just for a change. This gorgeous, I suppose it's a dusty pink, dusty rose sort of linen. We've had for a while. It's a really lovely linen, and I just wanted to use a different colour. So again, it's got our pinks and greens, because all of our Stitches Garden projects this year have been in pinks and greens. Yeah, so that is the new project, Just Joey, available now for everyone. I've just put the link in. Okay, what else have I got to show you apart from the demo? Oh, I think that is it for now. How is it in Hobart? It was good today, Roseanne. No rain, and the sun was out. But it is still a bit chilly. We're meant to be getting snow down to 300 metres tonight, I think, aren't we? What was that last night? I forgot to look. Oh, what's going on out there? I'm not quite sure. Okay, so if you're here because you're doing the Tradewinds Block of the Month in the Quilter's Companion magazine, then I'm going to talk through that. So we've had part 2 emailed to us. So part 1 was just the centre feathered star block that a lot of you have already finished. And then part 2 starts on the applique. Now, if you've been following along and you know Kathy's work, you know that she's quite organic, and she actually hasn't given you exact layout diagrams and everything for exactly where it goes. The idea is that you make all your applique pieces, and then you use your own sort of creativity to how you want to lay them out. You can obviously follow the photo and do it however you like, but it's you haven't got a layout guide to perfectly lay them out like you do in the Homespun magazine. Oh, excuse me a minute. Just give me a minute to see what's going on. What's going on? What's your problem? Up on your bed. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry to hear that, Roseanne. Oh, I hope you're feeling better soon. What is the name of the quilt behind me? That one is Stordalen Garden. That one. Stordalen Garden, Block of the Month. And if you're watching this demo now and you haven't seen that before, then it uses basically the same method. So we, as I have mentioned, if you're new here or not, cut applique template packs for the Block of the Month, for the Homespun, Sunshine and Lollipops, and for the Quilter's Companion Tradewinds Block of the Month. So that means we've laser cut a piece of paper template for every single piece of applique in the quilt. Now, in the instructions, Kathy uses the applique paper and use this method, but for some of them, like the scallops, she showed you how to, let's switch over here. She actually talked about getting mylar templates and making the scallops over a mylar template. However, we ended up just including the whole lot. Same with the circles. She does the circles that way too. But we ended up including the whole lot. So you can just use the same method for the whole quilt because that's the method we love. And why would you be bothering to gather around a Mylar template and press it and take it out and all the rest of it. So this is just easier, and it all just filled up one sheet, so that worked well to put them all in. So everything's in there for all the applique and all of the scallops. I should have printed the picture of the full quilt for those that don't know it, but I don't think I've got that magazine up here. No, I don't. No, I only have the Sunshine Lollipops one. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate just a couple of the shapes that might, if you're new to it, and if not, you might pick up some tips from watching it again, and also how we're doing the scallops over the paper instead of doing it as Kathy has said in the instructions. Do I have... So the templates are in the magazine as well, obviously, but you don't need those if you've purchased the laser cut pack. So you've got one of each of these already cut for you, so you don't really need them. However, so that I didn't ruin just one pack today, I did just take a sheet of applique paper. So if you haven't got the laser cut pack, you can just get the applique paper the way Kathy did it. And if they're not reversed, then you put it on the shiny side up and trace it. If they're already reversed, you can put it on the dull side, and it's much easier to trace. Oh, you got the sunshine. Oh, you'll catch up, Vera. Well done. So, oh, yes, you would have, Caroline. The blue one. Mayotte Road. Yes. Yes. So all you do then, if it's already reversed, is you put it on the shiny side. I mean the dull side if it's reversed. And in actual fact, you can do both because she has them, some going one way and some going the other way in her version. So I can see through that just to trace. Oh, I'm going to ignore him this time. He's not getting any more treats. He's not being a good boy. Okay, so if you haven't got the laser cut, then you can just trace. Oh, I'm going to use my new scissors because when cutting out big things like this, a longer blade is good because you can get a nice smooth curve. And it doesn't matter if you're not exactly on the line, just try and get nice smooth curves, because the shape of your paper is going to be the shape of your final piece. Now, of course, this is why it's good to get the laser cut ones, because they are perfect. You'll get no spiky curves and they'll be exactly on the line. But it is also possible to trace. That's why we have the sheets. Trace and make your own. All right. So that's our bits. He's really not happy. Now I'll trace some more bits. Where are they? Here's some I prepared earlier. Just put my iron on. Bentley, what's your problem? And I need some fabric. I don't have the Tradewinds fabric, so I've just got some Tilda down here. We'll just waste a bit of Tilda on this. And I have a pressing mat, so I don't melt my table. Right, so I'm just going to place shiny side. So there's a shiny side and a dull side. The shiny side is the glue. If you haven't used this before, you're going to put it on your fabric and make sure you've got 1/4 of an inch all the way around it. And I'll just use the same for all of it, just for the purpose of demonstrating. Shiny side down. Now, if the shiny side's not down, instead of sticking to the fabric, it's going to stick to your iron. Okay? So we prefer not to do that. So he's doesn't normally do this. I don't know what his problem is. I'm not sure. Anyway, okay, my iron's hot. So now we're just going to give it a quick press with a dry iron, hot dry iron, just enough to melt that glue onto it. Okay. And so our paper is fused onto the fabric. Then we're going to cut them out with that 1/4 inch seam allowance. It doesn't have to be anything accurate, just approximately a 1/4 inch. Now you'll note that I place this about 1/4 inch from the edge of the paper because I'm not going to fold that end under because I'm pretty sure it's on a border and it will get sewn into the seam. It's on the edge of a border. So we don't glue over any edges that is going to sit underneath something else. Oh, he never does this. What his problem is. Oh, these scissors are lovely. I probably wouldn't normally use this larger pair of scissors for these, but I only got my little orange ones and they're a bit too small. I should have my blue ones here. So cutting them all out just with that 1/4 inch seam allowance. Up on your bed and be quiet. No, it's not playtime. I'm not playing fetch. Right. Now I'll just move this back onto the black so you can see better. This one, because it's quite intricate, I am going to get my smaller scissors. So I'm going to go a very scant 1/4 inch because I've got lots of inner points and inner curves. And see at that point there, I'm just going to take the tip off and go straight across like that. Melissa, there's not much chance of that with Bentley. He's probably set them all off. All the dogs are barking. All right, so to an inner point, I need to clip all the way to that point. There's no other way around it. And there's another inner point there, so we get that, and there. But an inner curve, I stop just a thread away from the paper to just avoid getting raw threads there. Now this bit here is going to be tricky because that's a really small gap. Now if it gets too tricky, you could just adjust the temple a little bit so you have got a bit more space. But I'm going to sort of cut around like that. And because it's a sharp inner curve, but not an inner point, we're just going to have to do, hi Tony, that's all right. You can watch it on catch up. We're going to have to do lots of little clips. Stop before the paper though, just a thread short, and just doing a lot so we can get a nice smooth inner curve. Okay, outer curves, we don't have to clip at all. We just leave that as it is. Now I'm going to start with the easiest bit, but the next step is that we take a glue pen. So I like the Ceylon water-soluble glue pens that are made for this with the acid-free glue, and it's water-soluble, so it washes out afterwards and doesn't hurt your fabrics at all. And now, as I said, these scallops are going to be on the edge of a border. We can see here. So they're going to be sewn into the seam allowance. So I've left that 1/4 inch seam allowance there, and get that as accurate as you can, because then you can put that even with your border strip when you do that. So we're just going to glue this curve. And now this is a nice big easy curve. So just put the glue around the edge of the paper, no wider than the seam allowance. And that way when you fold up, you will never get glue on your thumb, so you won't get sticky because it's underneath the fabric. So you fold up until you feel the edge of the paper, and then you just push down. Okay, and push it down into this glue. I left that too long and it dried by the time I showed you. And you just let it feed around the edge of the paper. You want to make sure that you're not getting little spiky points on the edge, but it's a nice big curve, so it's pretty easy. Otherwise, you just need to use your thumbnail and do a little pinch and gather and let it feed around the paper. And you can see how quickly you've got your perfect scallop. So much quicker than running a gathering stitch around a piece of mylar or a template plastic, or even trying to starch and press over with an iron and steam burning your finger and everything to get it around your template and then pull it out and it's all loose. So it's much quicker and easier to do it on the paper. Hi, Robin. Are you home yet? Are you back? I don't know if you're back or not. It does seem like you've been away for a long time. Okay, so that's the scallop. So there are about, how many of those there are? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's about 8 on each side. So you've got all those scallops in the pack. Right, let's get to this big bird here. Actually, it's not a bird. It looks like a bird, but this is the boat. So it's an inner curve, but it's a nice, big, gentle one. So we're just going to do a clip every now and then and stop before we get the edge of the paper so we don't get that raw thread. And do less, and if you can't get it over nicely, then you can go and add more snips. Then I'm just going to run that glue around the curve. And if you're new, maybe don't do as much at a time, but because I can be quick, that just folds over onto the glue. It's a nice big sweeping curve, so you can use your whole thumb and it just folds straight over like that. And because we stopped our little snip before the edge of the paper, with a combination of the bias and that little snip where it's flared out, we've been able to pull that right over onto the back of the paper, and we've got none of those pesky raw threads on the edge. Okay, so from the front, we've got a perfect curve with no little snips and little raw threads there like you get sometimes when you clip the curves. All right, then we're going to do this one. Oh, you are home. Well done. Hi from Bronwyn. Sorry, late to the party. That's right. You can watch it on Catch Up, Bronwyn. It was more than 2 months. I felt like a long time. I'm assuming everything went beautifully though. Everything went okay, hopefully. All right, now we had a little tiny point here, probably too small to be able to get it that small, but I'm just going to fold that over. It was a square point because it's the end of a boat. Remember, it's not a bird, it's a boat. And then same thing on the outside edge. A little bit at a time, fold to fill the edge of the paper, let it feed around and push it down into the glue. Okay, that's our boat done. It has a little mast and a sail, but I'm not going to do all the pieces. Now, a circle. The next thing is a circle. This is quite a large circle, and there are only quite large circles in it, so that's okay. But this time, instead of using your whole thumb and making what I call box pleats and getting points on the front, you just want to use your thumbnail. Or if you haven't got a thumbnail, I haven't got much of one at the moment, you can use a tool. And on the very edge, we just do a little pinch and gather. And again, just let it feed around the paper, a little pinch and gather at a time. And this is how you get perfect circles. Now, Joe suggested at the shop today that I use the 1-inch grid and I make a 1/4 inch spot on into a bag. So that's the next crazy idea. She's good with ideas. Oh, sorry to drag you away, Vanessa, but that's okay. You could always watch it on repeat. And there's your perfect circle. As quick as that. Done. Perfectly done. Okay. As I said, if you don't have a thumbnail, you can get your tools out and use tools. These are applique tools, or you can just use our poor man's applique tools that we sell, or a cuticle stick, or any sort of tool like that. There's that one. Now, a leaf. I wanted to show you the 2-pointed leaf because these are the ones that get little tails at the end, which you can't trim off. But what you can do is you can just trim off the tip at either end. You still need that 1/4 inch or scant 1/4 inch seam allowance from the tip to there, but see, I've taken the rest off there just to reduce a little bit of the fabric. Oh, you actually met up in Prague. How amazing is that? Wow. How did you spot each other? You just, quilters are attracted by quilters. Not that quick for some of us. It's just practice, James. Just practice. You can get quite quick. Okay, so with these leaves, and again, this is a really big, easy shape, so it's not going to be hard. We can just use our whole thumb and do the first side quite quickly. But it's when we do the second side that people run into trouble. Okay, so now, and I would zoom in, sorry, but I've done something to my computer and I've lost my bottom bar and I can't, it's really weird. I can't zoom in, so I can't find it to zoom in. What's that one? No. No, no, it's not there. No, sorry, I'll just have to lift it up. Oh, but I just switched to the overhead, didn't I? Switched to the other one somehow. Right, okay, we're back here. All right. So this time on this side, we've got 2 layers of fabric. So it's not so easy to feel the edge of the paper. And what people do is they just go like that and have that, glue it down. And then they have that little raw tail sticking out at the point there. So you need to make sure that you look at the curve of the paper and with your eye work out that it's going to curve all the way into there. Okay. Tell me, if you're on a phone or an iPad, can you pinch and zoom into this? I don't know if that works, but if that works, yeah, you can. I can on my phone. So you pinch and zoom in instead of me. You pinch and zoom in. If you're on a computer, it's probably won't work, or you could scroll in. But you might be able to pinch and zoom in without me having to zoom in for you so you can see it. Okay, so what you need to make sure is that you glue on the fabric, right at the edge, all the way back to the other end and on the fabric. And then, as I said, use your eye to see where that piece of paper curves and make sure you fold the 2 layers over all the way to where the edge of the paper would be. And don't let it flare out. Same as when you get to this end, don't let it flare out and you get a raw tip, okay? So you can just make sure you fold all the way to the edge. So we've got a double folded point. And you might have a little tail sticking out, but we won't worry about that until we stitch it down. But it's important that that point is got a double fold, not a little raw bit. You can't on an iPad? Oh, I can on my phone. Yeah, I can on my phone, but you can't on an iPad. That's interesting. That's interesting. Bummer. It's a shame. Right. It's all right. I've zoomed right in on my phone so I can make sure I stay on the screen now. Now, you can either worry about stitching that little tail under while you're stitching if you're doing it by hand, but if you're going to do it by machine, what you can do is just put a bit more glue on the back and then fold that back under again and glue it down so that it's all out of the way, ready to stitch by machine, and you haven't got those little tails on there. And you can't on your phone either. Oh. So I'm watching it on YouTube. I wonder if YouTube's different to Facebook. I don't know. I've got it on my phone on YouTube and I could zoom in. That's interesting. You have zoomed in on my iPad and you're on YouTube, Jenny. There you go. That's what it is. On YouTube, you can zoom in and I reckon you can't on Facebook. Right. There you go. All right. Okay, we've left the hardest one till last. Bentley's eating stuff under the... You really are being a pill tonight. You're not getting another treat. You can threaten to eat as much plastic as you like. All right, I'm going to do the easy bit first. I'm going to do this outside bit here. Okay. So I clipped there, remember, but not all the way to the paper. So that goes over nicely. Okay, so that's the easy side, the big, nice, big outer curve. Yeah, I think YouTube it works, and yep, that's what it sounds like it is. So YouTube you can zoom in, Facebook you can't. Interesting. Oh, maybe you need to all watch on YouTube next week. Right, now I'm going to be a wuss and do the other next easiest bit. So let's start with the easy bits to get the confidence up. And where I've got that inner point, I need to make sure I get that in as tight as I can, because I'm going to have a raw thread there, but no avoiding that. But I want to get the rest over as tight as I can. This little curve here, I'm going to go to a pinch and gather. And then the last bit there, just going to double fold, and I'm going to have quite a big tail sticking out there because it's a sharp point. Now, if I wasn't able to get that little raw thread over enough, I'm going to take my tools and I'm just going to pull it in over a little bit more and just make sure I glue down where that little pesky raw thread was, where I've had to snip to the inner point. But that when we stitch, you just double stitch and couch that down to stop that little raw thread poking up. So when it gets fiddly, switch to your tools and that helps. So let's come up to this bit here. We can all still see. Perfect, Robin, thank you. We now learnt something else tonight. You can pinch and zoom on YouTube and you can't on Facebook. How annoying, Facebook. Why would you do that? Okay, along this edge here. And because I'm fiddly and I've got this sharp inner point here, I'm going to use my tool because my finger might just fray it out a bit too much, my fingernail, particularly because my nail is a bit short at the moment. But I can pull that over nicely. Then we'll do this side. Okay, and so we've got that real sharp inner point there, so you're always going to get a raw thread there, but we'll catch that down when we're stitching. Just like to get lots of glue onto it to make sure I've got it down as best I can, because you don't want it to fray out either. Some fabrics fray out worse than others. Let's do this one. Now, same as on the leaf, I'm just going to take a bit more of the tip off there, so there's not so much point to have to tuck under when we're stitching. And then this one, I'm going to get that inner point over. So this is like the fiddliest piece in the whole quilt because it's the smallest piece and it's got all these little angles. But you know, compared to Sunshine and Lollipops, this one's a walk in the park. Okay, so I've pulled my raw thread over and I'll couch it when I'm stitching it down. Now we've got this big sharp inner curve here. So it's going to be easy because we've got our tool, we've snipped often but not all the way to the paper. We need to make sure we double fold that point so we don't have a raw tip. So it might be a bit fiddly to get your thumb in there, but with the tools it's really quite easy. And I need to double fold right to the point of this one. Okay, and there's our little bird. Perfectly smooth curves, inner points, nice curves. We'll just have to deal with those tails when we're stitching it down. Now, if you were doing it by hand, that's easy, but okay, quite a bit delayed on YouTube. Interesting. Well, I suppose if you stay on the one channel, you won't know that it's delayed. You just think you're talking to me live. Yes, you can, Julie. They're called applique tools. Joe might be able to throw the link in, or Donna. I didn't add that one in. So yes, you can. They're an investment, but they are nice. Or we do have like the poor man's tool set as well. But these do last longer. They are nice. Okay, so there's your shape all ready to go. So as Kathy says in the instructions, you just prep all your pieces and then cut your border piece, and then you just arrange it how you want to arrange it. Like, she's not stipulating how it goes, but you can just follow the photograph in the quilt if if you're not creative on your own, or you're worried about it not being even. But you just prepare all your pieces that are in this. I think this edition you're doing the first. So you've done the center of the medallion, and now this is the first border. And then there's meant to be 6 parts, so I don't exactly know how the rest is going to be broken up into another 4 parts. But anyway, we'll find out when it comes, won't we? So then we would just use Roxanne's basting glue, little dots of this, to layer up all these pieces on your background and then stitch them down by hand or machine. So if you're new here tonight because you're doing this quilt and I popped it over in the Facebook group to say to come and watch tonight, or if you're watching on replay, I hope that might have helped you get started if you've never seen them before. And I guess I should mention too that the papers are cut from our applique paper, which is water soluble. So you iron them on and you leave them in. You don't have to take the papers out. That's the magic of it. It's really quick to turn your edges over, and then it's really there's nothing else to do after that. And because they're iron-on stay-in papers, you can stitch that all down by machine, because it doesn't matter if you stitch through the paper, you don't have to pull it out. You also don't have to take it out when you've got lots of layers. You just keep all the layers in there together. And then when you wash it, the stiffeners in the paper dissolve, so you need to wash it in a reasonably hot water, but I just throw it in the washing machine on a sort of hot wash with normal detergent, normal clothes, and it all softens and it just stays in like a little soft stabilizer, a little fiber inside. So yeah, it makes everything, we just like to do it the easy way, and to me this is the easiest way you can do it. A little bit of practice just to get the feel of like fusing over on those papers and not folding the edge of the paper. The paper we've got now is a little bit stiffer, so it is a bit harder to fold the edges in. The earlier one was a bit softer, and it also tended to start to break down just over time, whereas this one doesn't until it's washed. It does take a hotter water to dissolve it, but it will dissolve it even more than the first one. So yeah, if you haven't tried the method before, give it a go. You'll never go back to needle turn. So thank you. That actually, that was ASA. That was my ASA scarf 2 years ago, Amelia. The purple one. You were there, weren't you? You might have got a different one though, but that was from that one. Yeah. So hello to Mum if you've remembered to watch, but she might not be watching. But I'll say hello just in case. She might watch it on replay. And other than that, I think, is there anything else I need to? I'll put the paper set in. I've got the link for the paper set, but I think I put all the other links in already. Yeah. Yeah, we all got different, but this is the one that I got. Yeah, they're nice and fresh and pretty, aren't they? But you see, I seem to have a thing for pinks and greens, either pinks and greens, peachy pinks and greens, or blues on their own, pretty much. So yes, I seem to gravitate to. So yeah, hopefully that helped. And next week we'll see how we go. Hi Michelle, have you been here all along? We'll see how we go, but I did say that I would make up that purse template that we did a couple of weeks ago and put it into the frame. So we'll see how I go and see if I get that done next week. We also might be nearly due a new Sunshine and Lollipops, so I might have a new one of those to do. But you've seen a fair bit of applique now, so running out of things to show you. I have to keep repeating myself. Yep. So enjoy. I haven't quite finished my gin. Bentley's finally given up. He may or may not have eaten plastic bag, but to prove his point, but we'll see. It'll come out the other end. Other than that, no Fiona tonight. Haven't seen Fiona tonight. Hope she's okay. We will. Never mind, Michelle. You can watch it on catch up. And we better draw our winner. Let's see if he's still here. Okay, I'm just going to hide that. Oh, now he wants to go outside and get our winner. So our winner is Mary Socorro. I'm not quite sure how you say that. Mary, are you still here? Are you still here, Mary? Need to be here. Mary, I'll give you a second to answer while I let him out. All right, Mary, are we here? Yes, you're here. Good. See, I gave you time while I went and let the dog out. Okay, so Joe's there. She's got your name. So send her a message if there's anything else you want. Otherwise, with your address details. And thank you all for popping in. I have no bottom taskbar, so I don't even know the time. Oh, we've gone over the hour. Never mind. Well done, Mary. And we will see you. Yes, they would help with the Allen hair as well, Jeanette. That's right. Yeah, all curves are the same: inner and outer curves, inner and outer points, leaf tips, and circles. So pretty much they're the 4 or 5 things that you need to learn, and after that, it's all the same. And so, yeah, it doesn't matter what I'm demonstrating on, it would all apply. Also, if you've got the applique paper packs to any applique quilt, like even a colouring book picture or something, you can just do it the same way. Okay, see you all next week. Thank you very much. Back to making samples, and I'm here next week. I'm leaving on the 1st of October, so I think I'll have 2 more weeks before I'm gone again. So thanks for popping in, saying hi, and we will, chat next week. Have a nice stitchy week. Bye for now.